The other part I don't worry about. All right. So as you're finding that comfortable seat, taking a few long breaths, full breaths through your body, and noticing how you're feeling, right? What is your energy level like? Are there parts of your body that feel tight? Or parts of your body that your mind just totally passes by, like they're numb or non-existent? And as you're breathing and feeling into your body, thinking about how you want to feel when we are done with practice today. So setting your intention. And then when you're ready, you close your eyes, opening them up, and we're gonna get started. And I want you to think about moving that breath as you're moving through your practice. Would one of you close that door, please? Thank you. All right, so we're going to start with our head in a neutral position, and inhale's going to be here. Exhale, I want you to gently take your chin towards your chest. Just inhale, head up. Exhale, chin down. Moving slowly, notice what's happening in the back of the neck as you're moving up and down. And the next time that your head comes up, we're going to go over to the left, inhale up, and exhale to the right. So just alternating, but trying not to rush through it, right? Feeling, because you have the weight of that head pulling down on those scalenes, those long skinny muscles in the neck. So just noticing as your head is tilted over, how does that feel? I will do each side one more time. Good morning. And the next time that your head comes up, we're gonna, this time, take the chin down, and you're gonna reach the ear over to the left. So your chin is forward towards the chest. Inhale, exhale, reach the head over to the left. Inhale, back to the center, and then over to the right. So you're stretching, hopefully, the back and side of the neck as you're moving that side from side. So you're not lifting your head up, you're just keeping the head forward. And hopefully, as you bring your head forward, you're not rounding the upper back body, so it's just the head tilted forward. Now, whenever you finish your second side and your head's at the center, we're gonna pause for a moment. And then, so did that help anybody a little bit? Mm-hmm. Let's roll through those shoulders. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, slide them down the back body. And then when you're done with that, we're going to bring the hands down to the ground and stretch up your right arm, keeping your butt on the ground. You're going to come over to the side. We're just going to stay on that same side. So inhale, exhale, as you're moving, noticing that side body, noticing your butt on the ground, noticing your breath. One more time after this. And then whenever you come up, we're going to switch sides. And again, moving with your breath, keeping that butt connected to the ground. Two more. All right. So one more time, you can either roll through your shoulders or shake out your arms and hands, whatever feels better. And then we're going to interlace the fingers and roll through your wrists a couple times in each direction. Just throw your balls in. All right, we're going to take one wrist up, the other wrist down, other direction. And again, when you stop, you're going to just shake out your hands a little bit. Now, I'm just going to stretch out my legs so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands. I want you to take the tops of your hands to the ground so that they're not bearing weight, right? It's just your hand against the floor, and then very slowly, you're going to start to bring more of your hand towards the ground. right? And if your elbows bend, it takes the sensation out of the hands. And so just, and sometimes we need that. So listening to your body as you're stretching the front of those wrists. And when you've had enough of that, you're going to come on up and we're going to reach for the thumb, and you're going to reach the thumb towards your, like the inside of your lower arm, and then reach it up and go the other way. So as you all know, I'm always going on and on about feet, and I feel the same way about hands. We use them often, we require them, and we're going to do the second side, and yet they don't necessarily get a whole lot of our attention. And then we're going to come to a place where we pause for a moment. And here, I want you to bring one arm out, all right? And then you're going to take your fingers and pull them back, right? I'm just having my hand here, like, I don't know why, to draw attention to the turkey skin, I don't know. So you're just, can you feel that movement as you reach your fingers back? Right. And then we're going to relax that arm, second side. So again, reaching those fingers back. And I feel like a big difference side to side. I don't know about each of you. My dominant hand is definitely more involved. Okay, one more time. And then we're going to come back to the center, interlace your fingers, turn your palms down and reach them up. Not all of our bodies work like that. If that's you, just take your hands towards one another. And you're going to, again, keep that butt on the ground. We're going to reach over to the side. Don't go too far. Inhale up, exhale, second side. Don't worry, we're not going to do like arms and upper body the whole time, but I think it's a great way to get warmed up in our already really warm room. And when you come over to your second side, we're going to take those hands down. Now extend your legs out, or if you're comfortable cross-legged, like stay like that. What I want you to do is we're going to start to walk the fingers forward. So your butt stays on the ground. You're going to try to keep your head and body in alignment. So it's not like this where I'm taking my forehead towards the ground. You're going to walk your heart towards the ground. Some of you might need a little bend in your knees, right? Pay attention to your hamstrings, your low back. And you're going to keep breathing. And then whenever you're ready, walking those hands up. We're going to do one more while we're here. So what I want you to do is you're going to take your left arm, you'll inhale up, you're going to exhale, take that elbow towards the inside of your knee. And you're kind of pressing that arm against the inside of the knee, right? Then we're going to take that other arm and reach up overhead and come towards your foot. And now we're going to keep our body where it is and just move the arm. That right arm. Now, if possible, next time that arm is up, you're going to reach towards your ankle or your foot, and then continue on. And you're still breathing. It's the key. All right, one more time. And on this inhale, let's come all the way up. And then you're going to take that elbow to the inside of your other knee, stretch up that other arm, and again, with your breath starting to reach towards that foot. And it's always interesting, like as you're reaching with those fingertips, where do you feel it in your body? Like I feel it in so many places I wouldn't think I would. So again, next time your arm is up in the air, we're going to take that right hand, reach towards the outside of the ankle or the foot, and again, continue on moving that left arm. And always, moving in a way that works for your body. Okay, so next time you come up, we're going to bend those knees. You're gonna find your tennis balls. Does everybody have a tennis ball or two? And then, so here, butt is on the ground. You're gonna press to the, so you're not going under the bones, you're going in front of the bones, right? And then you're gonna stretch out your legs to a place that's comfortable and start to either move side to side or front to back, right? Because we want to start to reach those connectors, the hamstrings, into the pelvis. And some of you might like your legs closer together. It's always about finding what works for you in all of life, really. And sit on them. Then it'd be like. Now, because we had a request, we're going to start off in the center of your glute and then move it out, right? So when you're done here, you're going to take the, and we'll do one tennis ball at a time. You're going to go right in the center of the glute, right? You might come over to the side, and you're going to control your weight by pressing your foot, your leg, your elbow into the ground so that maybe not all of your weight is in there. Then what I want you to do is start to work the tennis ball out at an angle towards the outside of the hip. So you're going to move inside to outside and then back to inside, if appropriate for your body. This is where y'all say, I love coming here. I knew I came here for a reason. This wasn't it. Now, and kind of explore a little bit, like, we all have our body, even though we mostly have all the same parts, like, we use our bodies differently, different genetics, you know, so do a little, like, moving around with the tennis ball in your hip, and sometimes you want to hold in a position, sometimes you want to move around. It's really trying to figure out what is really going to assist your body today. Now, eventually, we're going to move to the second side, and like with most of us, you know, some sides need a little bit more attention than others. So if that's this side for you today, you're going to stay there a little bit longer before you switch, or you're going to move to the second side. So again, start in the center of your glute and then move at a diagonal out to the corner of your hip and then possibly back. And any of the little glorious spots in between. And of course, as we go through all of this, you know, continue to breathe, using your breath to actually invite the muscle to soften. Now, eventually, not just yet, but eventually we're going to move to the low back. But again, if your body is like, I need to stay here a little bit longer, then I want you to do that. So from here, you're gonna bring yourself on up. This time we'll go back to 2 tennis balls, body upright. Push those tennis balls in. Remember, butt is on the ground, right? You're gonna take 1 tennis ball on either side of the back of your pelvis and then lean into it. I'll turn around this way, so this side can see too. And then you're gonna lean back into them. And you decide.
You make your block.
Is it right in the right in the line of vision?
It was for me, sorry.
No, that's. I even thought that when I put it over there. I was like, this is gonna block something. So here you kind of explore how far down feels good, right? And then again, do you want to move? Do you want to stay in one spot? You know, are you moving your knees side to side or front to back with the pelvis? You know, you may make a little adjustment with your tennis balls. You're still breathing. Now, you're gonna keep doing that low back as I explain the next part. And for some of you, depending on what kind of tennis balls you grabbed, whether they're like really soft or really hard, because they vary, you're going to possibly lay down on your back. I'm gonna do it sitting up so that you can see me. And take the tennis balls to the top of your shoulders, right? And you're doing this laying down, right? So you lay down first, put the tennis balls there. You want to stay between your shoulder blade and the spine. So you're staying off of your vertebrae, right? Now, for some of you, if your tennis ball is way too hard, the other option is to come to a wall and use one ball at a time. So exploring and seeing what actually works for you, because we don't want it to be brutally painful. We don't want it to be painful at all. Now, once you're here, you may move from the tops of your shoulders to the base of the rib cage. I don't want you to go where there's no structure, where there's no bone, right? So don't go below your rib cage. And then some of you might want to make arm movements. So like snow angel arms, when you're taking your arms out to the side, bending the elbows and moving in and out with your arms, like bringing the elbows, forearms together. Some of you might want to take one arm at a time and turn your head in the opposite direction as you're moving the arms. So really it's, again, exploring and seeing what works for your body today. And it's not always the same. So we're going to take about 30 more seconds to finish up. So if you've been working on one side, you might want to, move to the second side. Although as I say 30 seconds and that 30 seconds comes to a close and I look at all of you, I'm like, maybe 30 seconds isn't enough. Now, when you're ready, you're gonna carefully roll over to your side. And then we're going to come onto our side body. And some of you might like a little blanket underneath your side body, but I just don't want you to have it like under your hip or something, kind of have it under, like open it up enough so that your whole side body is on it. So we're going to be on our elbow and our hip. And I don't want you all cranking your head, so I'm gonna try to describe what we're doing well, right? So options are you're up on your elbow or you're down on your forearm, right? Whichever works better for you. You're trying to have your legs and your body and your head in a straight line, right? And for some of us, that's a little hard. It feels like you're gonna fall forwards or backwards. Then you're gonna flex your feet. And you're going to start to lift up that top leg. And you're going to hold it up. And you're just going to breathe, right? And you're noticing how it feels, like what it takes to get that leg up there, right? Now, if possible, you're going to release that bottom leg and lift it towards the top leg, right? So you may have to lower your top leg, right? We're not going for height here. We're going for getting it off the ground, right? Then you're going to relax for a moment. Again, being really grateful that you showed up today. And you're going to take that top leg, breathe, hold it up, and then possibly bring up that bottom leg. Keep breathing. Whenever you're ready, if it's before I say so, gently return your feet to the floor, and let's go ahead and do that. And last time, top leg lifts up, bottom leg joins, still breathing, and again, noticing what helps you stay here, right? Keep breathing, and when you're ready, you're gonna return those feet to the floor. Now we're gonna take that top leg, you're gonna bend the knee and bring your foot in front of your body. You might need to use your hand to get it there and even to hold it there. And you're gonna flex that bottom foot, and we're gonna lift that, just the bottom leg up. Okay? And you're breathing and holding again and noticing how it feels. And we're gonna let that leg down. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna lift that leg up one more time. Actually, we'll do it 2 more times. I just like to say one more time. We're gonna let it down to the ground and then lift it up. And then when you're done, you're gonna take that foot down. We're gonna stretch out the other leg and then flip yourself over to the second side. And again, get yourself set up on your elbow, or if you're on your forearm, lines, the legs are in line with the body and the head. You're gonna flex your feet, and we're gonna, at first, just lift up that top leg and hold it up. So you're noticing, maybe it's a little bit different from the other side, noticing how it feels. Whenever you're ready, you're gonna bring up that bottom leg. Keep breathing as you hold the legs up, and again, if you need to release before I say so, you're listening to your body. So let's carefully take those legs down. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna lift the top leg up, bottom leg's gonna join. Keep breathing. Long, smooth breaths. So thinking about comfort and ease, and then possibly bringing those legs down. We're gonna do it one more time. So again, top leg up, bottom leg joins. Breathe. On an exhale, we're gonna take those legs down. Then we're gonna bring your top leg in front, maybe holding on to the foot so that you feel pretty stable here. The bottom foot still flexed. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna lift that leg up and hold it up. And notice while you're here, if you can connect with those inner thighs, our abductors and adductors, the parts of our legs that help us open and close them. A lot of times our big old quads take over for them. We're gonna relax that foot to the ground. And then lift that leg up. So now this is where they get to have all the attention, the inside of the legs, possibly. We're gonna take it down. And last time. Again, we're gonna take it down to the ground. And then bending both of your legs, you can bring yourself up. And we're gonna sweep those legs out in front. How's everybody doing? Okay. And then you're either gonna have your legs together or in a wide angle, whatever feels best in your body. We're gonna do some forward bends. Inhale, body up, exhale, slide down. Just moving with your breath. Inhale is up, exhale is forward. And some of you may like to stay in your forward bend. Today my body's feeling like moving up and down, but you're gonna do what feels best. So we have one more breath here, holding it forward or moving up and down. And then when you come up, we're actually, because of what we're gonna do, you're gonna take your blanket, not that everybody has a blanket underneath them, and you're gonna put it folded in the center of your mat, because eventually we're gonna put our knee down on that. If you don't want a blanket under your knee, that's fine too, okay? And then we're gonna make our way up to standing. And find a tennis ball and roll. Oh, I have very firm one today. That happened to me the other day too. I'm trying to reach all the parts of your foot, the heel, the arches, the pads under the toes, And do the second foot. So we're gonna do a modified salutation, and I want you to know, I want you to make what we do work for you always. So feel free at any point to modify, and if you need suggestions how to modify, please ask. Okay, so we're gonna take that tennis ball, put it someplace off to the side in a safe place, and then make your way towards the front of your mat. And then with your breath, you're gonna start to move your arms up, inhale up. If it feels comfortable, you'll come up onto your toes as well. Inhale is up, exhale is down. And you bring those arms up as far as they want to go. And then next time your arms come down, we're gonna push back. So your palms are turned back. Again, coming up, and try not to let your body fall forward. So as I say that, my body goes to dive forward. So you're coming up onto the toes, pressing the arms back, and then return the arms back to the body. Triceps will love you for this. All right, one more time. And then we're gonna take one arm forward, one arm back. And again, you might come up a little bit, you might come up all the way up overhead. Inhale is up. You could also keep your feet on the ground as we're doing this. And whenever you finish that second side, you're gonna pause for a moment. We're gonna inhale those arms up, exhale down into your forward bend, and slide down your legs, or you can keep your arms in line with your ears. Inhale halfway up, exhale down in towards your legs. And you might like to have little blocks under your hands. We're gonna take the right leg back into a lunge. And then here, you're gonna reach that back knee towards the ground, but we're not gonna set it down. I just want you to reach it up, and then when you come up, you're gonna reach the heel behind you. Does that make sense? So you're stretching your heel back, and then you're gonna take the knee towards the ground, straighten that leg, reach your heel behind you. Come up onto the toes, knee towards the ground, stretch the leg, heel comes towards the ground. All right, so the next time that we lift up the knee, we're gonna take our front foot back into a plank. Some of you may modify and come down onto your knees. Some of you will keep your legs straight, okay? Now from here, we're gonna move back into a down dog and then come into a plank or an up dog. Or other option is you're on your knees and you might do child's pose and come in towards a cobra, or you might do tabletop and child's pose. But you're finding that movement that works for your body. Now, this is where it might get a little bit interesting. If you're in down dog, I want you to lift your right leg, and we're gonna come into a three-legged plank and come back into a down dog, three-legged down dog. And you're just gonna move front to back. Now, if you're in tabletop, you can do that same thing, right? Just take one leg up, you have one knee on the ground, and you're coming forward and back. Now, next time that you're in your down dog with the leg lifted, we're gonna take that right foot to the ground, lift up your left leg, and do the same thing. Front to back. Again, modification, knee on the ground, body forward, back. So it's a little bit different from how we might move, and notice how your body responds. Now, next time, that your leg is up and down dog. We're gonna bring it down. We're gonna lift up the right leg and we're gonna sweep it forward to prepare for like a pigeon prep. And that's why I want you to have a possible blanket there. Now your lower leg, for most of us, it'll be at a diagonal. Some of you might have it horizontal on the mat. It depends what your body is able to do. Now, if you can't be on your knees, an option here is to hold the leg across your body in that same direction, but that way there's no weight and gravity pressing on that knee. All right, so here, I want you to explore, if your knee is on the floor, I want you to explore taking your hands off the ground and finding your balance, taking that back knee off of the ground so you're not sinking into your hips. Breathe and focus. It's okay if your hands stay down, you can bring them to the heart center. Now, whenever you're ready, we're gonna make our way towards the ground. Now, if you're on your back body, what I want you to explore, holding onto that leg, you can bring that leg towards your body. You can also lift up your straight leg and put it on the back of your ankle. And those of you that are face down are not listening to these things. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to make our way up. And this time we're going to take the knee to the floor and bend your back knee. Right? And for some of us, this is the perfect pose. Some of you may walk your hands to the inside of your leg and reach back with the same side hand. You can also use a strap here. Some of you may get really fancy and lift your hand up and take it towards your head or the foot. Mine doesn't come towards the foot anymore, at least not right now. And you're breathing long, smooth breaths. Now again, whenever you start to feel complete, we're going to release that leg. And we are going to switch to the second side. So if you're facing the ground, you're going to take your hands down, stretch that leg up, pedal through your feet, lift up your left leg and sweep it forward. If you're on the ground, you're going to stretch out your legs or bring both knees into the chest and move through, like just holding out to the knees in a circle, and then eventually hold on to your second leg and stretch the other one out. So again, we start with our back knee off the ground, toes turned under, breathing, and then possibly finding your balance here. So your core has to really pull in towards the center to help you to hold yourself up here. I know it's something, everything in yoga is something we're working towards, right? Maybe, if there's a reason for us. Now, when you start to feel done, you're going to take your hands down to the ground. And again, I like to still have the back knee off the ground, reaching the heel towards the ground on the straight leg, because it helps me to reach the front of that hip flexor. But you might explore knee up or down. And then again, if you're on your back, you're holding the ankle and the knee. You might have the leg stretched out on the ground. You might bend it and bring it up to the back of the ankle. Again, as you're ready, we're going to start to make our way up. Take that back knee on the ground. Bend your back knee. Again, for some of you, this might be your pose. You might reach back with the same side arm and pull that foot in or use a strap here. Deep breathing, comfort and ease. And when you start to feel done, you're going to release that foot. Maybe make your way onto your hands and knees. And you know, you're moving at your own pace, doing your own thing. We're going to Make our way one last time into a down dog and pedal through our feet. And then carefully hop or walk our feet forward into a forward bend. Hands onto your legs. Inhale, body halfway up. Exhale towards your legs. Taking a moment as you're here, breathing and moving. Noticing how you're feeling. Connecting your breath and your body. And then on one of these inhales, let's come all the way up. And I thought we might do a little bit of balance while we're here. If you want to make your way to a wall, or if you're at home, a chair, what I want you to do is we're going to at first reach for your right ankle and take that heel towards your buttock. I like to roll through my ankle a little bit. And then gently taking that knee front to back, trying to keep it in line with your straight leg, as opposed to, when I say that, I just don't want you to bring your knee out to the side. We want to keep it close to our standing leg as we move front to back. I can smell those lovely flowers while I'm here. Now, from here, I want you to keep your knee possibly slightly behind your standing leg and start to make space between your heel and your buttock. You might extend your free arm forward for balance. And then some of you may start to bring your heart towards the ground, but see if you can maintain that space between the heel and the buttock as you come forward, instead of having your heel pressing into your butt. And it's an exploration. You're breathing and focusing, your head follows your body. On an inhale, whenever you're ready, we'll make your way up. Release that foot. And then maybe have your feet about hip width apart, a little bit wider. Bend your knees and let's roll through those hips. This is the fun part. Pause, other direction. I also like because it helps to stretch all those muscles around your pelvis that might have tightened up when we did that. Might have. All right, second side. So again, we're reaching towards the ankle first. Maybe you roll through your ankle a little bit, keeping the knee near your standing leg, possibly moving front to back. And then again, starting to make space between the heel and the buttock, knee slightly behind your standing leg, extending your free arm for balance. And then possibly, if you can maintain that space between the heel and the buttock, you start to bring your heart towards the ground. Breathing, focused, head in line with your body, comfort and ease. And whenever you feel complete, on an inhale, starting to make your way up, gently releasing that foot to the ground, bending those knees, a little roll through those hips, a couple times in each direction. And I like to roll my arms, make it a little bit fun. Because how often do we get to do that? I mean, some of us maybe all the time. All right, from here, we're going to make our way down into a squat. So some nice ways to squat, because I know we have, there are knees going on, hips, ankles. You could have your butt against the wall and sit back, right? You could also have the rolled blanket under your heels. You have your feet wide, toes turned out, have a block under your butt. I want you to make your way into a little squat. Nice rounded back, chin towards the chest. Long, smooth breaths. Now, I want you to be comfortable here because we're actually going to add on. So that might mean, having your butt against a wall, okay? We're gonna take that right arm and bring it behind you onto the floor or blanket, whatever's there. And then you're gonna take your left hand to the outside of the right knee and start to twist your belly towards that inner thigh. Some of you might take the elbow to the outside of the knee. And some of you might be used to doing this twist in other ways. So just making this work for you. So for some of you, coming down to your butt and doing it that way might be more helpful for your body, right? Now we're gonna come back to the center, left hand on the ground, right hand to the outside of the knee, torso long, belly towards that inner thigh. Maybe your elbow comes to the outside, maybe your butt is up or down, but you're finding that place that works for you. So breathe in. Now on one of these inhales, we're gonna lift up. Exhale, come forward. Now let's all come down to the ground. And we're going to bring our knees together. And then you're gonna bring them down over to the left and you're gonna walk your feet towards your hip. So for a lot of us, we're a little like tilted at this point. You're gonna take your bottom foot, so for most of us, it's the left leg, and you're gonna place it on the top of the right ankle. Other way. I wanna say Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindy.
Lindsay. Yeah, so take your bottom foot underneath the other leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Now, hands are gonna come over to your left thigh, and you're gonna use your fingertips to press down and keep your body long. And you're trying to bring your chest and your belly towards the door side of the room. And know that, you know, we all look a little bit differently here, right? Long, smooth breaths. Some of you may start to walk your hands further back towards the left arm. Some of you may start to take your left arm and wrap it around towards your right hip. You're like, what? Nice, long, smooth breaths here. Gently releasing your arms, coming forward. We're gonna take our legs back to a bent position. Bring them down to the right side. This time, right foot on top of the left ankle. Starting to walk your hands over to the right thigh. Body long, chest and belly towards the outside windows. Again, some of you may start to walk your hands back around. Some of you might start to take that right hand to the left hip. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, relaxing those arms, coming forward, undoing your legs. Probably the words you've all been waiting for. We're going to make our way down onto our backs now. And what I'd like you to have before you get on your back is a strap and a block, or maybe a blanket, depending. And of course, hopefully you have everything that you want for Shavasana already with you, so you don't have to get up at all once you come down. Go ahead, go get it. So you don't, yeah, I want you to have it now, so you don't have to get it later. Okay, so we're gonna make our way onto our back bodies. And we'll start with our strap. And we're going to have our knees bent at first, and we'll take the strap onto the padded part of the left foot. And then let's stretch the left arm out to the side for balance. So the straps are in the right hand. We're gonna stretch out the right leg on the ground. And then ever so slowly, we're gonna take that leg across the body.
And I want you to be in total control as you're bringing that leg across the body, so it's not gravity, it's not falling into your joints, it's you and your muscles making your way across, and hopefully we don't just let the foot drop to the floor, right? Now when you're ready, we're gonna bring that leg up. This time we're gonna take a strap in either hand, and we're gonna bend the left knee and bring it towards your left armpit. So it's like a half happy baby sort of thing. Now, very carefully, you're going to, and some of you here may want to bend that right knee and put the right foot on the floor. Some of you will keep the right leg straight. We're going to start to straighten the left leg. So it was in like half happy baby, and now we're straightening that leg, bringing it towards our body. You're still breathing. Now very carefully, we're going to bring that right leg up to join the left. And then we're going to keep that right leg towards the body and slowly lower your left leg down to the ground. Then we're going to bend the right knee in towards the right armpit. So we're doing it, just the opposite of how we started on the first side. But you can do it however you want. Now, when you've had enough here, and some of you want to stay a little bit longer, we're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to stretch the right arm out on the ground. And then slowly, slowly, you are in control. You're going to bring that leg across your body. You're in control. We're not dropping into our joints, using our muscles. Still breathing those long, smooth breaths. When you feel complete, you're going to bring that leg back up to center. Carefully take off your strap. And then we're going to bend those knees, take them in towards the chest, and you might just hold on to them. You might take them in a circular motion, whatever feels best in your body. And this is the time in class when I want you to think about if there's anything else that your body requires before you move into Shavasana. Now would be the time to do that. And then from there, whenever you're ready, you're going to make your way into Shavasana. So take your time, do whatever you want. Some of you are ready to get there already, and so then get yourself into Shavasana in your own time. And I love watching you all asking your body, what do I need? And then you do this exploration. It's awesome. So as you start to get yourself set up in Shavasana, I invite you for the next few moments to relax your mind and your body. Now for just these few moments, let yourself be completely supported.
Ishvara Pranitanga. Ishvara Pranitanga. Ishvara Pranitanga. So from the Yoga Sutra, it's 123, chapter 1, verse 23. I surrender to something greater than myself. So I find myself doing that often. And so I invite you to start to bring your awareness to your body and your breath, and maybe remembering how you wanted to feel after practice today, and then in your own time, starting to make slow movements, eventually possibly coming up to a seated position, and taking your time, like how does your body want to move? Or does your body want to move? Better question. Now, whenever you get yourself seated, I want you to just roll through your wrists a little bit. We did a number of things on our wrists. So, you can roll with them interlaced, you can just roll them, whatever feels good. And then when you're done with that, I want you to take your hands onto your head. Feels really good without my bandana. And you're gonna take your thumbs to the top of the ears and the fingers towards the center of your head, and I just want you to do a little massage. And you can work your thumbs back to the base of your occiput, like the bottom of your skull. And sometimes it's nice to scrub with your fingernails a little bit. I know fancy hairdos don't like this, but don't have to worry about that much right now. And then, when you feel done with that, now, because that feels really good, right? That's why many of us even get our hair cut. What I want you to do is you're gonna use your fingertips. If you have nails, you're gonna be aware of them. But what I want you to do is you're gonna kind of like sweep from the sides of your nose up towards your ears. So you're kind of getting the cheeks and under the nose and the chin, you're just kind of sliding up. And do that however many times it feels good. And then forehead down to the tops of the ears. So this is good for lots of things, right? Because we don't necessarily massage our faces on a regular basis, but it's great for our muscles and for blood flow and lymph. And then you're gonna come down to your throat, fingers towards the center of the throat. I have my index fingers under my chin. And again, up. And of course, then once I do the front, then I have to do the back, right? And then maybe shake out your hands, roll through your shoulders, whatever feels good. And then nice big breath. And then I thought we would close with our planetary healing sound. So inhaling the arms up towards the sky, exhaling the sound HU to the heart. Inhaling the arms out, palms open, exhaling ah to the heart. And inhaling as you scoop all the way around you up from the earth, going to the heart. So I thank you all for being here in person and online. I thank all my teachers, past and present. I thank my body for being able to show up. And I hope that each of you thanks your bodies too for showing up, because that's a huge part of the practice, right? bringing our body and our mind and our soul to the practice.